Hello and welcome to TVC News. We begin with the need for women to have proper representation in nation building. Advocacy groups are protesting the high rate of discrimination towards disabled women and girls by most Nigerians and the Nigerian government in terms of policy, decision-making and recognition. This was made known at an event to encourage women and girls with disabilities in Abuja. Maryam Muhammed reports.
According to the World Health Organization, about 15% of Nigeria's population, or at least 25 million people, have a disability. Many of them face a number of human rights abuses, including stigma of being treated like charity cases, violence, lack of access to health care, housing and education. This is in spite of the fact that Nigeria ratified the United Nations Convention on the Right of People with Disabilities in 2007 and its optional protocol in 2010. The ratification galvanized civil society groups and people with disabilities to push government to put it into practice. Finally, on the 23rd of January 2018, President Muhammed signed into law the Discriminations Against the Persons with Disabilities Prohibitions Act 2018, following 9 years of relentless advocacy by disability rights groups and activists. But advocacy groups believe these laws are still not being fully implemented in the Nigerian society. It is a constant source of worry to some persons with disability who feel a stop must be put to the maltreatment of disabled people by members of the public and the federal government. The consensus amongst advocacy groups is that government should engage in more rigorous public enlightenment campaigns against discrimination of disabled people in the Nigerian society.
Many disabled people may have lost their means of livelihood. Many disabled women and girls are now potentially likely to be economically exploited by men.
Call for a woman practice approach by effectively implementing policies and effort and enforcing the exciting law.
In the fight to eradicate discrimination against persons, women and girls with special needs, NAPTIP has a reforms unit that looks at making working conditions of people with special needs and also have employed staff currently working in the agency.
On May 21st, Secretary General of UN mentioned that persons with disabilities are the most hardest hit in this COVID-19 pandemic.
Women and girls with disabilities seek the federal government's intervention to put an end to discriminations against them by members of the public.